Hello, hello. Alright, so this is going to be my first live stream. Um, I'm relatively new to this, so bear with me with the improper format if it's not looking too well on the screen, but I'm just going to do a quick live stream of ranking Invincible characters. This isn't really based off of power or anything, it's just how much I like these characters. And I'm not going to be talking about them from the comics. This is strictly going to be their show counterpart versions. So, any of these characters who appear in the comic, whatever they do in the comic, I'm not going to talk about it at all. It's just going to be the show itself. So, yeah. Alright, well, let's just hop right into it then. Okay, so first up, Omni Man. Nah, he's kind of a big one, so let's save him for later. Let's go with this guy. I believe this is Rick. Rick, what can I say about this guy? There's not much really going on with him. I mean, he's William's boyfriend, and he gets lobotomized by what's his name, D.A. Sinclair. Yeah, he gets lobotomized by him, and he turns into a reaniman. But surprisingly, unlike any of the other reanimen, he kind of was able to overcome his programming. Wasn't it because like D.A. Sinclair didn't remove the frontal lobe or something like that? So yeah, Rick, he's not bad. He's pretty cool. I'm gonna put him in. I'm gonna put him in C tier. Yeah, I think C tier is pretty good for this guy. All right, who is this guy? I really don't know. I guess for characters I don't really know, I'm just gonna put him in F tier. So I really don't know who this guy is. So unfortunately, there you go in F tier. The electric guy. What can I say about him? He was one of Machine Head's goons. He was the dude who was zapping Mark. And then, he looked like he gave Mark some trouble, but Mark overcame him and just kind of one-shotted this dude, I believe. So, I'm going to put him in D tier. And another one of those elemental goons Machine Head had is the lava guy. I don't really know his name. I don't remember his name. I just remember he kind of shoots lava or whatever. And this dude gets one-shotted by Mark when he's mad. So, I'm going to put him in D tier. Where's another one of Machine Head's goons? Oh yeah, the furnace guy. I kind of like him. I mean, he doesn't really do anything distinct from the other two, but I just like the fact that he looks like a furnace. So yeah, there's that. The boys tier list, maybe another day. I'll probably do that another day. Uh, I'm still working out how to do a live stream, so this is just gonna be me just doing something simple right now. The boys, that might come for another time. All right, the party guy. I remember this guy. He's the dude who also got turned into a reanimant, and I believe he's the voice actor for Rick and Morty. He does both Rick and Morty, and he does the drunk guy. I can't remember his name. Um, I think his like dad owned the school or something like that. I can't remember, but I'm gonna put him F tier. He's just whatever. Let's go with this guy. This guy, who was he again? He was the guy that was hitting on Amber, I believe. This took place after Amber and Mark. What, did they break up or something? Yeah, I believe they broke up the first time. This was the first time they called it off. I believe this was after the reanimate attack, and I mean he's whatever. Not really much I can say about him. He's okay. I'll just put him F tier as well, I guess. Now let's go with the Mauler twins. I want to talk about the Mauler twins for a second. The Mauler twins, I actually like these guys. I like the fact that they're like these blue giants, and you think that they specialize in just brute strength, but they're actually a lot smarter than they lead to believe. These dudes like can build they can build something from schematics and whatnot. They literally like help a robot create a body. So yeah, the Mauler twins, I actually really like them. I thought they were just gonna be one-off characters who were just trying to kill the president, but nah, these dudes, I like them. I'm gonna put them in A tier. They're pretty cool. Even if you can't see A tier, unfortunately, but oh well, that's just how the cookie crumbles. This girl, she was Red Rush's girlfriend, I believe. She was the Russian girl. I don't recall her having much importance in the story except to create a plot for Debbie, to make Debbie suspicious of what Nolan is really up to. I guess I'll put her in D tier. Just D tier, yeah. Put her there. That sounds right. The Martian guy, he was part of the Guardians of the Globe, and honestly, all of the original members of the Guardians of the Globe are just jobbers. They have no importance in the story whatsoever. They literally exist just so that Nolan can kill them. All of them just don't really contribute at all. They literally don't contribute at all. So I'm gonna just put this dude in D tier. Darkwing. Same with Darkwing. He doesn't do anything in the show. He literally just exists to die. Gotta put you there too. Who is this guy? Oh, the grave robber. He was the security guard's son. He's the emo son. And what can I really say about him? Honestly, I just remember there was some plot between him and his dad, or his stepdad, I should say, where his stepdad took him to like England or something like that. I can't remember, but I just remember they're robbing Immortal's grave. I'm gonna just put him in D tier, or F tier. I mean, he doesn't really do anything at all. I don't know who this guy is. I'm just gonna put him in F tier. I really don't remember him. I'm trying to remember, but I don't think he does anything at all. And this is his dad. I just remember his dad is like, hey, I might not be his father, but I'm proud of that kid. And, you know, I guess, you know, he's not the stepdad. He's the dad that stepped up. I like this guy. I'm going to put him in C tier. Yeah, I'm going to put him in C tier. Duplicate. Duplicate doesn't really do much in the first season of Invincible, unfortunately. She just kind of there at first just to, you know, she could do it with Rexplode, and then Rexplode and Adam Eve break up. But I like I said, I don't want to talk about the comics too much, but she I don't want to say she's important in the comics or anything like that, because she's not, but she has more personality later on in the comic. But for now, I'm just gonna put her in, I'm gonna put her in C tier. But I do like her power though. Oh, that was the first guy Mark took down? Really? I don't remember him. I gotta rewatch Invincible. Now, let's see, who else should I go with? Let's go with the fish guy, the Aquaman of the Guardians of the Globe. I actually like him slightly more than the other members, solely because he exists just to be a meme. Like, his whole thing is, oh, I live down in the ocean. It's so boring down here. And then finally, when he gets called for action, he's like, finally, some action. And then what happens to him? He gets his head bashed in. I mean, it's kind of morbid, but it's also kind of funny. So I'm going to put him in C tier solely because of that one scene. And Green Ghost, she is the one I forget the most of all of the Guardians of the Globe's original members. Like, all of the other ones, they kind of are like spot-on parodies of other characters. Like Darkwing is Batman, the Martian guy is Martian Manhunter, the Fish is Aquaman, and so forth. But her, I mean, I don't really know who she's supposed to be. Like Green Lantern, Green Ghost, but I forget about her. She gets like one-shotted by Nolan. I'm putting an F tier. Who's next? Let's do another Guardians of the Globe member. Who should we go with next? I'm gonna go with the Red Rush. Red Rush, I feel like of all of the original members, he is the one people talk about the most, aside from Immortal, because they're like, oh well, Red Rush, he was the one who could have helped the Guardians of the Globe beat Nolan because he's really fast, and I do believe that too. But what really sucks about Red Rush? When he dies, it must have been really long for him, because for us it was probably a couple seconds, but him, I remember he said something along the lines like how every second is like hours or something like that for him, and it's a curse or something like that. So when Nolan was squeezing his head, he was probably experiencing that level of pain for hours, and that's awful. But he's I'll put him in C tier just because he's a speedster. Speedsters are pretty cool, but he probably has the worst death of all of them because they all died pretty quickly. He was probably suffering for what felt like hours. This guy, he is easily the lamest of Machine Head's goons. Like, his power is like he wears, like a vest, and it has this pink thing come out of it. His power is so lame. I really do not like his power. Like, the electric guy and the magma guy, yeah, they're based off of elements. That's pretty cool. And then you got the furnace guy, but him, I don't really like his. It's pretty whack. So F tier you go, buddy. Let's go with Arthur. Is that his name, Arthur? He's not my favorite character, but I like him more than these guys. He seems like he's a very nice guy. Seems like a chill guy. The type of guy that you just would go to advice for something. And he designs the costumes, like he designed Invincible's costume. He designed Omni-Man's costume. So he does that. I mean, I guess that's a pretty cool gig. I'll put him in B tier. I just realized, so this guy right here, this is not actually the Martian who was a part of the Guardians of the Globe, I believe. This was the one on Mars. I'm just gonna keep him in D tier because they literally look the same. Is that xenophobic of me? It probably is. But D tier you go. Alright, let's go with Isotope. Isotope, I like him. I like his power. He has the power to teleport. Who doesn't want to be able to teleport? That's a cool power. And honestly, Isotope, he's got the drip. He's got like the magenta vest. He's got the black shirt with the eye because, Isotope. And then he's got like green hair and a green like land strip of chin hair. I really like his design. He looks really cool. Probably one of my favorite designs in Invincible. So for that fact alone, I'm going to put him in B tier. If he were to have more of a personality, I would easily bump him up to A tier, but he doesn't really talk much in the show. So there he goes. The Flaxens. Now the Flaxens, this is the guy who's in charge of everyone. And this guy right here, he has some balls, I believe in their first fight, he took control of the Flaxen army because, I think the dude who was in charge died. So he comes out and he throws another Flaxen out of a tank, and he tries to take out Mark or someone else in the Guardians of the Globe, or the Teen Team, I believe. So he has some balls for that. And I'm assuming because of that, they made him the general or whatever. And this dude is persistent. He really wants to take over Earth. And every time they come, they have new technology. And this man is always at the forefront. It doesn't matter how many times this dude gets bodied. He's desperate. So, because of this guy's gargantuan balls, I'm going to put him in B tier. Now, who should we do next? How about Donald? Donald is Cecil's right-hand man. Donald, he seems like the guy that Cecil trusts the most. And, there's this one scene that always sticks out in my mind that I always find funny. When Cecil sends Damien Darkblood back to hell, Donald seems kind of concerned about it. He's like, oh man, I can't believe you really just did that. And then Cecil, he's like, whoa. Now you're showing concern over the demon? Don't worry about that. He's not dead. He's just in hell. And then Donald, he stutters and he's like, isn't that worse? That always gets a chuckle out of me because that is pretty true, you know? Like, he's not dead, but he's back in hell. I mean, at that point, I'd rather just be dead. But, yeah, B tier. B tier for you, Donald. Alright. Let's do Amber's mom. Amber's parents are just kind of I mean, her dad is something else, but her mom just seems like she's an attachment of her dad. Like she's a little more like willing to let, oh, what am I saying, Amber? I mean Adam Eve. Adam Eve's mom seems like she's a little more willing to let Adam Eve do what she wants, but she's still just like an extension of her dad. And her dad, oh man, this guy, I do not like him. I don't like him not one bit. Like when Adam Eve and Rexplode break up, he wants Adam Eve to go back and apologize to Rexplode. He wants his own daughter to go back to Rexplode and apologize because Rexplode cheated on her. Like, come on, bro. Like, I get it. He goes on later to say like he doesn't want Adam Eve being a superhero because it's dangerous and all that. But come on, bro. Come on. You don't gotta go that far. I'm gonna put you in F tier. Cecil next. All right, I'm gonna do Cecil. So, Cecil. There is a lot to say about this guy. But I'm just gonna say this. Cecil is an ordinary human. He does not have any superpowers, yet he is the one who is in charge of all of them. He runs the Guardians of the Globe. He just handles it all. And this man is willing to do whatever it takes to protect, well, not just the country, but the entire planet. And he's willing to go to any lengths necessary. Like this dude, he figured out early on that Omni-Man was the killer. He knew Omni-Man was the killer. He straight up says like, why would Omni-Man be at the Guardians of the Globe's headquarters? Because Omni-Man doesn't really have a reason to be there. And Cecil, he wants to act to do something about Nolan, but he doesn't want to be hasty. Because he knows that if he is hasty, who knows what Nolan is capable of. So he tries to have these backup plans before he acts. He goes as far as employing DA Sinclair with his Reaniman just to fight Omni-Man. So Cecil, yeah, he does do a lot of bad stuff, like from behind the scenes, but at the end of the day, Cecil's the type of person he's going to do whatever it takes to protect the planet. If he has to, like, sell his soul to the devil, he's going to do that. And Cecil, I feel like he doesn't get as much love as he should be. I'm going to put him in S tier. I'm sorry if you can't see S tier, unfortunately. Let me try bumping it up a little, see if that works. Okay. And since we're talking about Cecil, I want to talk about Damien Darkblood. Because Damien Darkblood, he's kind of the anti-Cecil of the show. Because whereas Cecil, he's very secretive and he's not willing to step on any toes, Damien Darkblood is the exact opposite. Excuse me. Had to drink some water. Damien Darkblood, he's going to be all up in your face. This man is going to interrogate you to get what he wants. And he also knows that Nolan is the one who killed the Guardians of the Globe. He's like, hey, Nolan, I know you killed them. So why don't you just confess to me? This guy straight up just doesn't care. And he's like Cecil. Yeah, he's a demon and all that, but he's just, I don't want to say he's careless, but he doesn't have that level of cunning like Cecil does, in my opinion. So I'm going to put him in C tier. It was an S tier scene where he says, I thought you're an atheist. I thought it was amazing. So next up, let's talk about Titan. Titan, he worked for Machine Head. and I kind of liked him at first, but later on, like after he revealed that he just wanted to take over Machine Head's empire, I mean, who knows what he has planned, but the way he kind of like screwed over Mark unintentionally, I'm just like, come on, bro. Like, come on, man. But Titan, I feel like Titan might have good intentions, even though he is working in the underworld. But I'm gonna put him in. Should I put him in C tier or B tier? This is a tough one. I really don't know. I'm gonna put him in B tier. No, I'm gonna put him in C tier. I feel like that's where he belongs. All right. War Woman is just like everyone else in the original Guardians of the Globe. She is a useless character. She exists just to die. I don't really like hate her or just can't really remember anything about her like these characters down here, but she doesn't contribute to the overall story, so D tier you go. Now, who should I do next? Let's do Black Samson. Black Samson, he was a part of the original Guardians of the Globe, but he got kicked out, I believe, because he lost his powers, and he uses a suit now, and since they died, they brought him back. Now, he has to work with, like, a robot and all that, but, Black Samson, like, he seems like he's trying to hold the gang together, but, he's like Robot's right-hand man, I would say. Like it seems like they're duking it out for who should be in charge, but I think Robot has the upper hand. I'm gonna put him in C tier. He's all right. No, you know what? I'm gonna put him in B tier. You know why? Because of that scene where he fought Battle Beast. Well, he didn't fight Battle Beast, but he tried to help Invincible when he was getting destroyed by Battle Beast, and then he runs up to Battle Beast and tries to throw a punch. Battle Beast catches his hand and then just breaks it like a twig. So because of that, I'm going to put you in B tier just because you have balls to challenge Battle Beast. Now, next up, let's do Monster Girl. Monster Girl, she's alright. I like her power. I think it's a really interesting way to have her power. Like she uses it, but it has the downside that every time she uses her powers, it makes her younger. I feel like that's a really interesting concept that you could do with a show, or yeah, with the premise of a show. So I like that. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna put her in B tier. Now let's do Doc Seismic. Doc Seismic is my guy. I just like him because of how joyful he is, especially compared to the comic, which I don't want to talk about the comic too much for this specifically, but Doc Seismic, this man, he's just always so joyful in everything he does. And then the fact that he just rants about politics, it's just funny to me because like he wants to take over the world, which is okay, whatever. But then for some reason, this man, he's able to talk about gender politics and sociology and how the presidents were like oppressors and stuff. It's just funny. It's funny for me. So I'm gonna put him in A tier. Pretty funny guy. Let's do Shrinking Ray. Of the members in the new Guardians of the Globe, Shrinking Ray is probably my least favorite. Like, her power is alright. Yeah, she can shrink but I mean that's about it. D tier for Shrinking Ray. Now, William is Mark's best friend. And what is there to say about William? I mean, I don't like that one scene where William, he finds out Mark is invincible, and he pretty much blackmails him into taking him for a ride. He's like, hey, take me for a flight ride, or else I'm going to tell people you're invincible. Like, come on, bro. You guys are best friends. What are you doing? But, you know, William, he's okay. I feel like he's a cut above these guys, but he's not like cool B tier and up. He's just like C tier. Now, Rexplode. I don't really like Rexplode. I'm going to be honest. I don't like Rexplode. I don't like the fact that this man is always having something to say about anything. Like, bro, come on, just chill out. But I like his power. I don't know why. I've always been attached to people who have powers of being able to make things explode. So that's cool. But, you know, if he got rid of his personality, like if he had a more appealing personality, I would put him in A tier, maybe even S tier, depending on the personality. But he's B tier. Rexplode's F tier. Yeah, I don't like this dude's like personality. He's kind of bad, but I just like his powers specifically. That's the only reason I'm placing him that high. That's it, just because of the power. Maybe that might be too much, but that's just the way it is. So, let's do the Kaiju. So, this Kaiju probably came the closest to anybody in the show to bodying Omni-Man. Because Omni-Man fought this thing, like, 6 months, I believe, before he fought his own son. Or should I say, just beat his own son to a pulp. So, Cecil, he got this Kaiju, and he juiced it up with a whole bunch of drugs. And then this thing was angry, like he wanted blood. So when it fought Nolan for the rematch, this thing was actually doing some damage against Nolan. That's more impressive than anyone in this show has done. So this thing is actually pretty strong, but now I'm going to put it in C tier. Because, you know, at the end of the day, it's just an animal that just seems like it doesn't really have a personality. Well, I mean, it can't have a personality. It's just like a beast that just acts on instinct. But yeah, C tier, but still, that's really impressive. Because of that, I'm going to put it in C tier. Now, D.A. Sinclair. Oh, man. D.A. Sinclair. Rexplode is a cut above Amber because he had a bit of character development. Yeah. But D.A. Sinclair, oh man. This guy, he creates Reanimen. He creates these zombified beings. And that's pretty wild. And the fact that these things are able to give Mark and Nolan a challenge, that's really something else, you know? Like as much as the show shames him for what he is doing, he really is one of Earth's greatest defense. Like, seriously. The fact that he can create Reanimen is insane. I'm gonna put this dude in A tier. He may be some crazy, wacky scientist, but, bro, he's got a job now working with Cecil. I wouldn't be complaining if I was him. Now, let's do Machine Head. Machine Head, he's a cool guy. Is he a human? Is he a robot? I'm not really too sure. But Machine Head, man, I like this guy. It's just something about the way that like he has that auto-tune voice, and how he always talks about like the teakwood or whatever, or Italian maple or something like that. When Titan destroys the desk, he's like, "Hey, that's Italian maple. That's coming out of your check." That's pretty funny. I like Machine Head. He's my buy. He's my guy. I like him. All right. Let's do Immortal. Immortal is the only original Guardians of the Globe character that makes it past the first episode or whatever. And I would put him down in D tier, but he kind of has some more relevance than the others because he comes back to life, and this man, he's like, "Hey, Omni-Man." Like, that's literally the first thing when he wakes up. He's like, "Omni-Man killed us. I'm gonna go body this dude." And you know, he didn't do anything against Nolan. Nolan like had very little difficulty, some difficulty with Immortal, but because of Immortal, the world witnessed Nolan kill him for a second time. And Nolan had to come out. He had to come out and tell the truth. Because Mark saw it too. So because of that, I'm going to put him in C tier. Now, all right, I know a lot of people are eager to hear Amber. Amber. How should I phrase this with Amber? I don't have strong feelings for Amber. I don't like her. I don't dislike her. Amber is just You know, she was okay in my opinion up until the point where, you know, they had their fallout. And when she says that she knew Mark was invincible, I'm like, okay. I get it. I kind of get where she's coming from, but also at the same time, I'm just like, it's just tough with these type of characters because nobody really likes the partner of the main character who like opposes them. Like think of Lori Grimes from The Walking Dead. Nobody really likes Lori Grimes. Think of Skylar White from Breaking Bad. Nobody really likes Skylar White, and that's how I feel for Amber. I'm gonna put Amber in. I'm gonna put her in D tier. I don't hate Amber. I don't love her. I just don't really have strong feelings for her at all. Robot. Robot is my guy. At first, I was like, oh, he's just a robot. But, you know, turns out he's actually some creepy looking dude in a robot suit. And I remember there was this one joke where Rexplode says something like, hey, robot, you have a few screws loose. And then Robot was like, I don't have any screws loose. And then he says something like how his fasteners are like electromagnetic or something. I'm like, okay, that's some nerd talk for you. But you know, Robot, he really is the driving force for the Guardians of the Globe. You know, at first he's not really that good at his job because he has to learn teamwork and all that. But you can see throughout the show, he's getting better at being a leader for the team. And I like that. I'm going to put him in S tier. I really like Robot. Amber hasn't became her comic self yet? You could say so. Alright, Debbie. Debbie, I'm going to be honest. Debbie doesn't really do much. She's kind of just boring. Like her only role in the first season is to have this whole this arc of finding out if Nolan really is the killer or not. And it's not bad. I like it because it gives her some character. But Debbie, she's kind of just she's I like that arc. It's kind of cool because it just doesn't make her like a housewife. So that's not too bad. So I'm gonna put her in B tier because I like the arc she gets of finding out her husband is the killer. And oh man, when she finds out that Nolan said that she's just like a pet, if season 2 ever comes along, I hope that is acknowledged. I would like that to be acknowledged. Debbie is waifu. Indeed she is. Now let's talk about Adam Eve. Adam Eve. She has my favorite power. She has like energy manipulation. She can quite literally just do whatever she wants. And that's cool. I mean, I don't like how she has so much pink going on. Like the hot pink and then the pale pink and then the red hair. It's just too much for me. I would like it if she would have changed her color scheme. But I like Adam Eve. And I like how she goes beyond just being a superhero. Like she decides, you know what? I don't want to be a superhero. I feel like my powers are being wasted. Like I'm fighting crime, which is, you know, that's helpful, but I feel like there's so much more I could be doing. And she goes to Africa and she goes around just like literally just terraforming the place. And I like that. I like that character development. She's a really interesting character. I really hope that when season 2 comes along that we get more. Well, I know we will get more of her, but just keep it coming. I like it. I like what they're doing with Adam Eve so far. Keep it up. Now, let's do Alan. Alan the alien. This man right here, he is cool. I like him. I love him. He's not really important in the show because, yeah, he has like, what, 2 scenes? But Alan the alien, he is a cool character. I just like the fact that he I don't want to go into comics too much. Like I don't want to spoil anything, but I know if season 2 comes along, he's going to be an even more important character, and I just like him. I just like his personality. He's so like goofy. He has like a nice mix between goofy and serious, and he seems like he's like a kind-hearted guy. I just really like him. S tier. Now, Battle Beast. Battle Beast. Who doesn't love Battle Beast? Who doesn't love him? I know I love him. You know what I love too? I love characters who just want battle. Like they don't care about anything else. They just want to fight strong people. I've always been attached to those type of characters. And Battle Beast, oh man, this guy had no reason to be working with Machine Head. Why were you there in the first place? Like, I know Machine Head didn't pay him. There's no way Machine Head paid this dude. Because I don't think Battle Beast is the type of guy to be like, oh, you're going to give me X amount of money? All right, I'll go beat this guy up for you. No, Battle Beast is like, I don't care how much money you have. Just point me in the direction of the strongest person to fight. That is Battle Beast. And you know what I love about Battle Beast? The fact this dude bodied Mark and the Guardians of the Globe. He literally hospitalized 3 of them on his own. Black Samson, Monster Girl, Mark. He just bodied them. And I love him. I love Battle Beast. He's an amazing S tier character. Now the final 2. The final 2. Battle Beast heard there was going to be worthy people. He was wrong. Yeah. I know, right? Like Battle Beast was like, oh, there's going to be worthy fighters here. All right, I'll go. And then after he just bodies all of them, he's like, pathetic. This battle is beneath me. Oh man, I love Battle Beast. He's so cool. He is so cool. I love him. All right, let's go back to the last 2. Omni-Man and Nolan, or Nolan and Mark, I should say. So, Nolan, when you first watch the scene where he kills the Guardians of the Globe, you really think, why is he doing this? Why is this guy doing this? And what I love is how throughout this entire season, Nolan is debating how he's going to tell Mark. Like he's like going to mountaintops and just like monologuing to himself how he's gonna break it to his son. And I love that. And you can really tell that Nolan, he wants to keep his family throughout this whole thing. Like he wants to be able to conquer Earth while keeping Mark and Debbie at his side. But I think Nolan knows that that's impossible. He knows he can't have both. It has to be one or the other. But there's that scene where Nolan and Debbie, they're what, like in China or something? I forgot where they're at. But he's telling Debbie like, hey, Cecil suspects me. He thinks I killed the Guardians of the Globe. And then he doesn't tell Debbie the truth of what's going on, but he says, I just need you to know that, are you going to stick with me through the whole thing? And then when she's like, yeah, I will, he's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I'm so happy to hear that. And you could tell he's relieved. He's really happy about that. So I really love the conflict that goes on in his mind. Like he's the overarching villain, antagonist of this season, but he's a lot more complex than you think. I love him. He's great. I'm gonna put him in S tier. Now, the main character of the show, Mark himself. What do I think of Mark? I like Mark. Yeah, Mark can be a little naive, but deep down, Mark, he has a heart of gold. He wants to be able to save people. That's what he wants to do. And I can imagine that part of the reason why he is the way he is because of the false story he was told by his father. You know, Nolan told him that the Viltrumites go around bettering planets and whatnot. So Mark is like, oh, you know, he grew up probably hearing these stories, and it inspired him. He wanted to be like that when he grows up, when he gets his powers. So that's pretty respectable. And this show, they don't make Mark this like insanely powerful guy. Like he's just messing everyone up. Mark gets beaten. He gets beaten a lot, actually. Like Battle Beast beats him up. Nolan beats him up. You know, he even struggles with the Flaxons a little. So, you know, he's not like this like insanely overpowered person. So Mark, what else can I say about him? I think the final episode is a great test of Mark's character, because Mark finds out that his father is the killer, and he doesn't believe him at first. He's like, no, you must be being controlled. Someone's controlling you. And he's like, Nolan's like, no, nobody's controlling me. I'm doing this all of my own free will. And Mark, he's like, he can't believe that this is the case, but he's like, all right, well, if you're really going to do this, then I'm going to fight you. I'm going to try to stop you. And even though Nolan is bodying him, like Mark is barely able to get any hits on his father. And even the hits that he does get off, Nolan just shrugs him off. And he just gets beat into a pulp. And Nolan is trying to convince him, like, hey, what you're doing is meaningless. Mark, he stays true to his values. He's like, no. I'm not going to do what you want me to do. And I thought Mark was going to hate his dad, you know? That's really what I thought he was going to do after their whole exchange. And then when Nolan's like, hey, what are you going to have after 500 years? Mark, he still has love for his father. He's like, you know, I'm going to have you. I'm going to have you, Dad. So it really just goes to show that Mark, he's a very forgiving a person. He's very kind. He may be a little naive and whatnot, but I think that is the attraction to the show. You get to see Mark start off as this naive person, and as the story progresses, he learns these lessons that, okay, well, maybe these people, maybe they might be deceiving me, or maybe I'm thinking about this the wrong way. I'm going about this the wrong way. So I really like that about Mark. Mark is cooler Gohan. Yeah, he pretty much is Gohan. Like he's Gohan but cooler, in my opinion. I will say that. And I like Gohan too. I think Gohan's a cool character, but I really like that about Mark. I'm going to put him in S tier. But yeah, it looks like that's all of them. That's all of the characters. I wish they had more on here, because I feel like this isn't that many characters in the show. But I'll probably rewatch Invincible, and I'll come back to this and do another one. And hopefully I can try to add more characters, so that way I could do a more in-depth one. Will I do another one of these? Maybe I will. I will probably do another one. I don't know when, but if you do want to see another one of these, then stick around. And yeah, I guess that's about it. Wasn't long. It was about 45 minutes, as I anticipated. But I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I'll catch you later.